ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
ॐ ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
मूर्तिभेदविभागिने
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम्
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्।
ॐ सहनाववतु
ॐ सहना भवतु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सहनौ भुनक्तु
सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै
सह वीर्यं करवावहै
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवत्वेषिणीम्
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः
यस्यान्तन्न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः
यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः
fourth chapter, first verse. श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
इमं विवस्वते योगम्
इमं विवस्वते योगम्
प्रोक्तवाहनमव्ययम्
प्रोक्तवाहनमव्ययम्
विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह
विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह
मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्
मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्
एवं परम्परा प्राप्तम्
एवं परम्परा प्राप्तम्
इमं राजर्षयो विदुः इमं
राजर्षयो विदुः
सकाले नेह महता
सकाले नेह महता
योगो नष्टः परन्तप
योगो नष्टः परन्तप
स एवायं मया तेद्य
स एवायं मया तेद्य
योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः
योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः
भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति
भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति
रहस्यहेतदुत्तमम्
रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमम्
अर्जुन उवाच
अर्जुन उवाच
अपरं भवतो जन्म
अपरं भवतो जन्म
परं जन्म विवस्वतः
परं जन्म विवस्वतः
कथमेतद्विजानीयाम्
कथमेतद्विजानीयाम्
प्रमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति
त्वमादौ प्रोक्तवानिति
श्रीभगवानुवाच
श्रीभगवानुवाच
बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि
बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि
जन्मानि तव चार्जुन
जन्मानि तव चार्जुन
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि
तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि
न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप
न त्वं वेत्थ परन्तप
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा
भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन्
भूतानाम् ईश्वरोऽपि सन्
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय
प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय
सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया
सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
ग्लानिर्भवति भारत
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्
परित्राणाय साधूनां
परित्राणाय साधूनां
विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम्
विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम्
धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय
धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय
भवामि युगे युगे
संभवामि युगे युगे
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम्
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम्
एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म
त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म
नेति मामेति सोऽर्जुन
नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन
Swamini ji, 1 second.
Yes.
Just before going to this chapter, please can you tell little introduction about Jnana Yoga? What tells about this chapter?
I'm just telling you, okay?
Oh,
The name of 4th chapter is Gnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. The meaning of yoga is chapter, and what is the name of chapter? Then it is a Gnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. People always afraid to perform action because people always think because of karma we can accrue punya papa, and this punya papa will give next birth. So in Arjuna's mind, to give up karma is the best thing, because if he won't fight, then no bloodshed, he will be happy. So, and who can have karma sannyasa? So it says only sannyasi has right to give up karma. But here karma means responsibility for sannyasi. Karma sannyasa is for only for sannyasi. Sannyasi doesn't, any sannyasi that doesn't have any responsibility to be done, like to take care of father, mother, parents, whatever, office, no responsibility. It's called karma sannyasa. But still, is chanting, is doing puja, is even gurukulam seva is also karma. But here karma sannyas means no responsibility. So in Arjuna's mind also, he would like to do karma sannyasa, become a monk, sadhu. But Bhagavan says, not a single person can renounce this karma. Only one possibility, we can give up karma sannyas by gnanena. Here means gnana means pure understanding of who am I. It's called jnana. If somebody asks, okay, what is your real nature? And if we say, my body and my body mind sense complex is not my real nature, but my real nature is all pervading consciousness. This understanding, real understanding, it's called gnanam. And if person has such knowledge, I am only consciousness, then that person is not attached with body mind sense complex is a I am body. He is not attached with mind, I am a mind. Still he used body mind sense complex as a instrument. And if person does each and every karma with this understanding, okay, this body and mind is given me, I am just using, but I am not body mind sense complex, such person never get punya papa. And this understanding is called Gnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Sannyasa, to give up. Karma means action. Person can give up karma, but when? With understanding. Jnanena. That's why I always give one example of our Krishna and Durvasa. Many times I have told story, but still one time more. Gopis in Brindavan, they got one message. Durvasa Rishi has come in Vrindavana, and all gopis has decided, okay, we will take some meal for Durvasa, we will offer lunch to Durvasa. So each and every gopi has prepared something for Durvasa. And when they reached to Yamuna river, then river was full with water. And it's a flooded. Durvasa Muni was on the other bank of Yamuna. They would like to cross Yamuna and there is no bridge. Then they start thinking, how can we cross? At that time, Krishna has come in Bhagavatam, and they all gopis has asked Krishna, we would like to cross Yamuna. You give some suggestion, you do something. Then Krishna has said to gopis, he says, you just please stand in front of Yamuna and tell Yamunaji, if Krishna is Brahmachari, Ajivan Brahmachari, then please Yamuna give me some space so we can cross you. And all gopis announced in front of Yamuna, if Krishna is Brahmachari, in spite of having 1008 Ranis, if still Krishna is Brahmachari, then give me space. Immediately Yamuna has given space and they cross Yamuna. And they have offered all meal, lunch to Durvasa. And Durvasa has released. After finishing everything, again they have to go back, no? Gopis. Again this Yamuna was full, flooded. Then they start thinking, how can we cross here? No Krishna. When they are thinking, at that time Durvasa has asked again to the gopis, what happened? Why are you not going? They said, how can we cross? It is full of water, Yamuna. Then he says, how you come here? Durvasa is asked, and she explained one gopi. Okay, Krishna has said something like brahmachari and gives marga, path. Then Durvasa said, because minimum more than 10 gopis were there, everybody has given food to Durvasa. Still Durvasa has said to gopis, you announce in front of Yamuna, if Durvasa has not eaten anything, then please Yamuna, give me the space. And they said, you have taken too much. Now how can we say? Still Durvasa said, you tell Yamuna. And they all told Yamuna, immediately Yamuna is given space. So what does it mean? So Durvasa is fake. He's just blabbering. But no, Durvasa knows my body has eaten, but I'm not body. It's called Gnana Karma Sannyasa. That understanding. So main topic of fourth chapter is nobody can given up any responsibility, karma, action, but in spite of doing all karma with understanding, punya and papa will not touch ignanis, because in Sanskrit there is a very famous words akarta, abhokta. Akarta means it is not doer, at the same time it is not enjoyer. So this is the main topic of fourth chapter. But before we enter in fourth chapter, Bhagavan has done two things. Because from 10th verse, this Gnana Karma Sannyasa will start. But before that, two topic very interesting is been discussed by Krishna. And one topic of fourth chapter is Bhagavan is glorifies this Gnanam. The Gnanam of Ahamatma, Ajaha, Amaraha. Our real nature is glorified by Krishna's himself from 1 to 3. 1 to 3 verses are given for glorifying Gnana Yoga. That's why and how we can glorify Gnana Yoga? The simple thing, if somebody says, there are many in India, there are many workers are there. They are plucking all garbage and they put in the garbage bin. But now before 2 days, what Modi ji has done, no? Before meeting Jinping, China's president, they met in Mahabalipuram in Chennai. But before, Modi ji has done, he was just roaming on seashore and he has picked up whole garbage. And when it was, then they have made a movie. So he's walking with one plastic bag and Modi ji is picking one by one all plastic, all different type of garbage. And it is now viral all over the India. It means if simple worker is picking garbage, nobody will notice. But if Modi is doing that, everybody is noticed. If being is in spite of Prime Minister, if he's doing, then let we do also. It's called glorifying cleanliness. Same way here also 1, 2, 3, Bhagwan has glorified Gnana Yoga by saying, whatever Gnana Yoga I have told to Lord Son Lord, then he has told his son, then he has told his son. If simple person has teaching somebody, if I am teaching you, nobody will notice. But if say somebody, Narendra Modi, somebody has told this Gita, then it will be published more. Same way Bhagwan says here, Yogam, Imam Yogam. Here the meaning of Yogam means Gnana Yoga, even Karma Yoga, of teaching of Veda Upanishad. Bhagwan says, Aham Proktavan, I told, I have imparted. To whom? Vivasvate. I have told to Lord Sun. Vivaswan is a one name of Sun, S-O-N. Then the son of Sun is Manu. Then Lord Sun has told this whole yoga, means Karma Yoga, Gnana Yoga, Manave. This is a fourth case. So Manave Praha. Then Manuhu Ikshvakave Abravit. Then Manu has told his own son by name Ishvaku. He's a king. And I think Rama is in Ishvaku's lineage. And Bhagavan says, so it says, even this valuable knowledge would given to Lord Sat. So how much it will be valuable? It's called glorifying knowledge. Then Bhagavan says, Evam parampara praptam rajarshayah viduhu. Evam parampara means handed over by one generation to second generation. By this parampara, all Rajarshi, Raja plus Rishi is called Rajarshi. In spite of king, they are like a Rishi. So all kings like a sages, Viduhu, they know. And what they know, this yoga, which Lord Sun knows. But Sakalena, Mahata Kalena, by the lapse of long time, after long time, Yogaha Nashtaha. This Gnana Yoga, this teaching of Veda, Karma Yoga, Upasana, is as good as perished. Not 100% destroyed, but as good as perished. And Bhagavan says, that same yoga, Sa evaya maya tedya adya yoga proktaha. In second chapter, Bhagavan says, in second chapter, from 11th verse up to 25, Bhagavan has taught Arjuna the nature of Atma, our real nature. That's why Bhagavan says, Ayam yogaha maya proktaha. This same teaching which I have imparted with Lord Sun, same adya means right now, I have told you. Puratanaha. If Arjuna says, why you have shared with me? He says, Bhaktahasi. Me means Mama. You are my devotee. At the same time, you are my friend also. That's why Etad Rahasyam Uttamam. That's why this great secret that I have told you. And why Bhagwan has told this name secret, because even Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya is the name of 9th chapter. Atma, the self-knowledge, considered as a secret, but secret is an open secret. Pujya Swamiji has been telling for 50 years. Still, people says, I know Brahma, but still I have doubt. It's called Rahasyam, open secret. It's why Bhagwan says, this Rahasyam, Uttamam, means the great I have told you. Now Arjuna has doubt, and Arjuna said, Bhavataha Janma Aparam. Bhavataha means your. Janma means your birth is recent nowadays. Param Janma Vivasvataha. Vivasvataha birth, the birth of Vivaswan is Param, a long time ago. Katham etad vijaniyam. How can I know? Tvam only, you only, Adav means at the time of beginning of creation, Praktavaniti, you have told to Lord Son, how can I know? So up to here, Bhagwan has glorified this Gnana Yoga. But after 5, 6, 7, 8, we say Bhagwan has again take one topic under discussion is Avataravad. So Bhagwan says, Bhagwan Uvacha, Me Janmani, Tava Janmani. Bhagwan says, Me Bahuni Janmani, my many births. Tava Janmani, Tava api Bahuni Janmani. Your also many births Vyatitani have passed. But what is difference between me and you? Bhagwan says, Tani Aham Veda. I know everything. Starting from Matsya avatar up to Hiranyakashipu, all avatar, Bhagwan says, Aham Veda. But Natvam Vektha Parantaku. But you don't know. Now Bhagwan says in why I know. That's why Bhagwan has said now he is just sharing his who in reality what is the nature of Krishna. So he described himself from his mouth. This is the beauty. So Bhagwan says, my real nature is Ajaha, Aham, Avyayatma, and my another is Bhutanam Ishwaraha. Bhagwan says, I am unborn. I don't have any type of birth. Whenever Ajaha come, no, we have to always add, it is not bound by time. Whenever there is a birth, we have to ask at what time, where. When we say when you were born, when always connected with time. So when Ajaha come, the meaning is in reality, Bhagwan is not bound by time. Ajaha. Avyayatma, we have seen the meaning of Avyayatma is one whose knowledge never declines. Shankaracharya has given this meaning. Otherwise, the meaning of Avyayatma means one who doesn't go under any change is Avyayatma. And third, Bhagwan says, Aham Ishwaraha Bhutanam. Bhutanam Ishwaraha. I am a Lord of all being. And what I am doing, Swam Prakrutim Adhishtaya. Having willed it, having kept Swam Prakriti, my own Prakriti, Atma Mayaya Aham Sambhava. Here the meaning of Prakriti means Maya. Having kept under control Maya, Mama Maya, Atma Mayaya Aham Sambhavami. Is though I am just born. Not really born, but as though I am born. And if Arjuna says, why you are born? Why you have born? What is the reason of your birth? So in 2, 7 and 8, it's called Avatarvada. Bhagwan has explained his the reason of his own avatara. So Bhagwan says, why aham sambhavami? Why I am come into being? So Bhagwan says, well-known verse, yada yada hi dharmasya glanihi bhavati. Whenever there is a decline of dharma. The meaning of dharma, really speaking, it says ethical life. There is one classical definition is swatmani pratikulani paresham na acharet. This is the definition of dharma. Swatmani pratikulani. One which is we don't like is called swatmani. Swatmani pratikulani. Swatmani means for ourselves, pratikulani, which we don't like. That we should not do for others. If somebody is telling lie in front of me, if I don't like, so I should not tell a lie. If somebody is beating me, if I don't like, I should not buy. The meaning is dharma is, this is a common definition. Really speaking, the meaning of dharma is ethical life plus harmonious life. If every people are living in ethics, then life would be beautiful. It's called dharma. But Bhagavan says, whenever dharmasya glanihi bhavati, whenever there is a declination of dharma, and somebody says, why? So for name, fame, generally, and power, money, they cut corners. It's called adharma. Otherwise, all are people living in harmony. And what will happen? Abhyuthanam adharmasya. When adharma, which is not proper way, which is not righteous way, abhyuthanam, it increase. Tada, at that time, aham atmanam srujami. At that time, I'm just come into being. I just will, I'm just appear. Srujami is not by birth, but I'm just appear. Like Drusi Bhagwan appear in front of Hiranyakashipu without any mother. But here Bhagwan has chosen mother. Atma aham srujami. Without Devaki also Bhagwan can come. And if Arjuna asks, what is the purpose? What you have done in this? Then Bhagwan says, three things Bhagwan is doing. Paritranaya sadhunam. First, vinashaya cha dushkrutam. Second purpose and third purpose is dharma sansthapanarthaya. So Bhagwan says, first purpose come into being in Prithvi Loka to protect good people. So paritranaya sadhunam. And how can Bhagwan protect good people? So Bhagwan says, dushkrutam vinashaya. The people who are wrongdoers is called dushkrutam vinashaya, for their destruction. And third main is dharma sansthapanartha, to re-establish dharma, ethical life. Aham sambhavami yuge. Every yuga, yuga means in every yuga, aham come into being. And we have seen everything in detail. Sambhavami. If you remember, we have seen Shastra says there are three types of reality. We have discussed It is very important for our sake. Three reality naming is, one is called absolute reality, second one is empirical reality, and third one is subjective reality. In Sanskrit, it's called Paramarthik Satyam. Another empirical says Vyahavarikam Satyam, and subjective means Pratibhasik Satyam. So what is the characteristic of Paramarthik Satyam? So it says Paramarthik Satyam is no attributes, Nirgunaha, no forms, Nirakaraha, all pervading, is Sarvatra, Sarva Vyapakaha, is all pervading, while in Vyahavarik, in Satyam Gnanam Anantam, it's not bound by time, space, and thing that we have seen. In Vyahavarik means this is our day to day. 5 elements, sun, moon, star, all laws, our own body, mind, sense complex are called Vyahavarik Satyam. But what is Pratibhasing? Subjective reality, like a dream. In Swapna, what we are saying is a dream. And more information of all three is this empirical are dependent on Paramarthik Satya. Absolute reality needs for Vyahavarik Satta. The definition of that is called Mithya Adharaha Ananyatvam. It depends on others for its own existence. While subjective is mere imagination, Pratibhasik is like snake on rope, ghost on dry wood post. All our lokas considered under Vyahavarik Satyam, while our own projection of mind comes under subjective reality, Pratibhasik Satya. Vyahavarik Srushti is called Ishwara Srushtihi, while Pratibhasik subjective reality is called Jiva Srushtihi. It says Ishwara Srushti means Vyahavarik Srushti is a dream of Ishwara. This whole world, Jagat, is a dream of Ishwara, while Jiva Srushti is dream of individual, Jiva. Jiva Srushti. If we think this person is not good, then we behave like that, is called subjective reality. In spite of he may be good. And Bhagavan say, describing his own nature is Ajaha, Avyayatma, all are comes under Paramarthik Satta that we have seen. Abhyuthanam Tadatmanam Srujameham, everything we have seen. But one thing I have, to protect Paritranaya Sadhuna, so whenever our body has some foreign particle attacks, then we have our own resistance power. We say our own immunity. Because of our own immunity, we can fight with virus, bacteria, and whatever comes as a foreign particle. Same way, Ishvara considered as a total immunity power for whole universe. So when Jagat has lost his immunity power to protect Dharma, at that time Bhagwan becomes more immunity power and comes as a avatar. That what we have all seen. Gnanir Bhavati Bhagavan. Atmanam Srujami. That's why I have written Bhagwan has three roles. We say Srushti Karta, Sthiti Karta, Laya Karta. When Bhagwan says Atmanam Srujami, at that time Ishvara is Sthiti Karta, is a sustainer. To keep word in balance is called sustainer. Up to here, it says Avatara topic is over. From 9th verse, again, Gnana Karma Sannyasa, main topic Bhagavan has picked up. So in 9th verse, Bhagavan says that we have also seen, Bhagavan says, Yaha Tattvataha Vetti, one who knows in reality. Right now also we know, no, we are not body, mind, sense complex, but we are not is like our own conviction. We have information only. But when Tattvataha, no, one who is 100% conviction, one who knows, Vetti, Tattvataha, in reality, what one who knows, Bhagavan says, me means my, Divyam Janma, Divya Karma, one who knows. Is a Ishvara, one who knows, Bhagavan says, my divine birth, as well as my divine action. One who knows in reality, that person, Bhagavan says, Tyaktva Deham, having given up body at the time of death, given up body, such person, Punarjanma na eti, that person doesn't have next birth, Punarjanma. Na eti, no neti, but na eti gets. But what will happen to him? Mam eti, he get me, he attains me. Hey Arjuna, Saha mam eti, will get me. And what is the difference? Why Bhagavan has given too much weightage to Tattvataha and Janma and Karma? So we have seen this. Mama Divya Janma and Mama Divya Karma, Bhagavan says. What is Divya Janma means? Bhagavan is born not to experience Punya Papa like Jiva, common Jiva, Samanya Jiva, but Bhagavan is born. Why? To help humanity, to protect Dharma, to destroy wrongdoers, and to re-establish Dharma. And what is the karma? We perform karma, but always we will accrue punya papa. But Bhagavan does many action, but doesn't have any personal need or wish. If I will do, I will get it. So that's why. And the second thing is, Bhagavan doesn't have doership, enjoyership. That's why, in Bhagavatam, this all Vaishnava, they are using one word, lila, Lila, lila. So whatever Bhagavan does action, consider as a lila. Why lila, Because Bhagavan doesn't have, I am a doer. If Bhagavan has hold, this Govardhana mountain, but he never proclaimed every day. When rain came, I become a protector of all gopas and gopis. Because so whatever Bhagavan is doing is called Leela. He has no doership. At the same time, no abhokta, no enjoyership. When, if you remember, Gandhari has cursed him, Krishna's. I have lost my whole everything, my family, everything. Same way, you will lost your all family members plus whole Vansha. But Bhagavan says, thank you, I am accepted. Without complaint. It's called, he doesn't have enjoyership also. That's why he is a Ishvara. And basic difference is, when Jiva is born, he is under control of Maya, while Ishvara is a lord of Maya. This is the difference. That's why Bhagavan says, Yaha Tattvataha Vetti, one who knows in reality. What reality? The real nature of Ishvara is Ajaha. He is unborn. Avyayatma. Bhagavan doesn't go under any type of modification. Avyayatma. Still, Bhagavanaha is Lord of all being, Bhutanam Ishvaraha. Plus, Bhagavan is Mayayaha Swami. He is the Lord of Maya and Sarva Vyapaka. This is Tattvataha Vetti, one who knows in reality that what is the result by knowing Ishvara. And Bhagavan says, Saha Tyaktva Deha, that person having given up this body, this mortal body, Punarjanma na eti na prapnoti. That person doesn't have rebirth. Because to be born, we need punya papa. But if there is no punya papa, that person, how can it born? So Bhagavan says, what will happen to him? Bhagavan says, Mameti, he will get me, will attain me. Mameti means attains me. That's why I have written how we can attain Ishvara. So I have written in two ways we can attain Ishvara. One, by devotion. Bhaktya means by devotion. And another thing is Gnanena, with self-knowledge. And how one can be Jnani only by Bhaktya. So I have quoted two verses from 10th chapter, 10th verse and 11th verse. In 10th verse, Bhagavan says, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam te yena mam upayanti te. Bhagavan says, all devotees, one, we always serve me with 100% affection, priti purvakam, satati means always, to them, buddhi yogam dadami. This is a Bhagwan's vow, pratigna. In 10th chapter, I will give them buddhi yogam. And Shankaracharya has written the meaning of buddhi is gnanam, the knowledge of oneself. And by that yena yogena buddhi yogena mapupayanti, they will attain me. And how can they attain? Bhagavan again clarifies, Tesham eva anukampartham. Out of compassion, what I used to do, agnanajam tamaha nashayami. A darkness because of ignorance, nashayami. I will destroy. And how? Gnana deepena bhasvata. Because of the light of knowledge. I will and where this will light would be, Atma Bhavasta. It is sitting inside that devotee. This is even having 100% bhakti to Ishvara. Ishvara will take care and give the self-knowledge. But we say, I have to get self-knowledge with my own. Then Bhagavan says, so this is the way. First purify your mind, then do upasana, then shravan, then mananam, and nididhyasana. Purification mind will possible karma yoga. Upasana means meditation will give the focus and broadness of mind. By shravanam, our ignorance will go. By mananam, our doubt will go. And by nididhyasan, our old imprints about oneself, sanskara, that will go. And then Bhagavan says, Mameti. I always say there is a two type of kitten, Marjaraha. I know the name now, there are many, there is a Marjar. You know what is the meaning of Marjar? Cat. Cat has two kittens, Marjaraha. So this both kitten will be taken care by mother cat. Same way, this is Marjaraha Nyayaha. Nyaya means methodology. To explain, it's called Nyayaha. And another is called Markat. Markat means monkey. Mother monkey has also two baby monkey, but this baby monkey has to take care of oneself. Mother monkey never take care. They just hold from back of mother, while mother cat take care of both kittens. So Marjaraha will go with the devotion, while Gnanam will go with Markata. Markata means monkey. Any question, Shalini ji? Yeah, still is 1 minute. I'm not listening. Now, yeah, please.
Isn't the monkey is the devotion where the devotee is holding the mother?
No. Marjara means cat.
I know.
So
But
this, yeah, baby cat means kittens. They are totally, dependent on mother cat.
Oh, okay.
All the baby, these kittens are taken care by mother cat. But baby monkeys is not taken care by mother monkey.
Okay.
She is just jumping from one tree to another tree. That baby monkey, they have to hold from back mother monkey. If they are falling down, she never notice. Same way, this Raman Manan Nididhyasan is like Markat Nyaya. We are a baby monkey. We have to hold Ishvara. But in kitten, we are also baby kittens, baby cat.
Okay.
But we are
Okay.
taken care by it. Ishvara will take care. So what we have to decide it in our head, which
Okay.
is the more safe.
Yeah. And can I ask one more question?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Do you think now in the world there is so much of adharma going on with terrorism and so much of killing on, in spite of India being accommodative and all that. So you think, is this the time Avatar is going to happen?
That I don't know. That Bhagwan has to decide. Whether I Sambhavami, Bhagwan has to decide, no? Now time.
But when it happens, will we know?
No, I don't know. I don't think we know. Even when Krishna was there, even in Rama Avtara, only two, Vibhishana and Hanumanji knows. No else. Okay, he is Ishwar. In Krishna also, there are very few people knows. They say something is, high power personality is there, but not as a lord. So how we are poor people, how can we know in front of his Ishvara?
Swamini, I think it is Swami Paramarthananda who says as long as people are attending Gita class, there is still Dharma, so there is no need for avatar. Something like this, he says.
Yeah, actually, Puja Swamiji said that in one. I don't know, maybe the Paramarthananda also said it. Puja Swamiji has said that in one of his CD. As long as you're able to understand Gita and you're going to Gita class, Dharma is still sustained.
Even they say this is the first quarter of Kali Yuga. It's not extreme. Yeah, this is only first quarter. Still, we don't know which time, how time will come. So still we are blessed. So we don't have to face much other.
So hopefully by the time of fourth quarter, we will.
We can attend the moksha.
Swaminiji?
Yes.
In the seventh shloka in this chapter, what is the meaning of glani?
Glani means a declination. Of dharmasya glani bhavati, no? It will be decrease. Whatever it is, decrease. Abhyuthanam is increase. Adharma. will increase.
Glani.
Now, shall we do Purnamada?
Mhm.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari
Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Om.